hit you with rock from the bitch ass. Stop using thief, you fucking fat cat bitch.
What in the fuck are you doing?
I'm battling in with your Pokemon down here in the bottom of the chat.
Oh.
And it's I'm fighting AI, and they're fucking that goddamn Delcatty was beating my ass.
Delcatty's a fucking asshole. Okay, so it looks like I was heading.
No.
It's been a minute since we picked this back up, but it looks like we were heading to Hearthrone City to do the next gym battle. Which, the next gym battle, I need to know the max level.
So if you switch Pokemon out, you can't fucking use them again? What kind of bullshit is that?
I don't know. Okay, 36. I cannot have any of my Pokemon go higher than level 36. I just gotta remember that.
What the fuck is standard attack? Can hurled in target face, lowers accuracy. No, let's do double edge. Oh, faint attack. Oh, ooh, I got 7 health. He almost one-shotted me. God damn, this bird is strong as fuck. Boy, it killed me. He fucking killed me.
Now open up products.
This bird is strong as fuck. Why am I battling in a Christmas theme? It's fucking goddamn February.
Okay. So the last Pokemon we caught was on Route 214, which was a Ponyta named Take On Me.
Jesus fuck, this guy's beating my ass.
Let's see.
This one bird is fucking my whole world up.
Okay, so Fluffles and Kindred.
Fuck you.
Okay, Take On Me isn't dead. So we could get some levels into it.
You took my bubble beam.
Subway needs to not be used. I could work with Sarah. Or Krogunk. Fuck it, we'll take Mick Jagger.
Yeah, they take the frog.
Yeah, we'll take Mick Jagger. Cop code 597.
What?
I apparently have a Pokemon named Cop code 597. Good night, Zoe. So we're on Route 203. That's where we caught Abra, Salad Finger.
I'm dead. Let's say I beat my ass on medium. Jesus fuck. This motherfucker still got 3 Pokemon left. I do too, but all mine are one shot.
Okay.
Fuck it, suck my crab hammer. Bang. Nope, I'm dead. Oh, another crab hammer. Why do I get to go twice? Bang. Fuck you.
You probably staggered it.
I have to go twice, idiot. Crab hammer again. Crab hammer spam for the win. Nope. Ooh, I got 2 health. Voltorb almost fucked my ass up. Voltorb's faster than me. No, he's faster than me. Well, now I'm fucked because all I have is a Pseudo-Udo and a water type. And he's gonna slime my face. God damn it, Voltorb, you motherfucker. I'm gonna lose the fucking Voltorb. Why is he so fast?
The Voltorb actually has pretty decent speed, if I remember right. So I need to go north and then... Okay, go north and then go west. Or east. Route 207, we caught Machop, the subway.
Alright, so... 15 stuff.
Because tonight...
will be the night that I will fall for you. Why does it say spawnable? I'm so getting spawning. That'd be so cool.
It says I haven't caught anything in Mount Coronet.
That doesn't sound scenario we've been. I got that motherfucking cheetah cuffing.
Okay, so I've got a Zubat already that apparently I named A+.
Those goddamn Pokemon can level up.
I don't know, I
Oh,
don't...
I can see the Pokemon I caught in Sky Stream and your shit.
Yep.
Nice.
It's linked to the main account.
Why the fuck can I sell fucking my Pokemon for $200? That feels like a ripoff.
That reminds me, I should probably hop on my phone. That way I can get Pokemon on my own stream.
No, stop cheating.
It's not cheating, it's creative problem solving.
You're cheating. Stop it.
Oh, I didn't know Sky was live right now.
Live every night.
I know. I should know all this by now, but I don't. Fine, I won't catch Pokemon in my chat. I will catch them in Sky's.
I traded a... God damn it. I just traded a fucking Kabuto for a goddamn Cacnea, you son of a bitch.
That sounded like a terrible trade.
God damn it. Got robbed. Yeah, fucked in my booty hole right now. What level is Survivor? Damn, he's level 15 already. How do I put you on my phone?
Oh, we haven't caught anything in Route 208.
I got my ass beat by the very best, like no one ever was.
What, Luna, are you done with me already? A fucking Combi?
Please, it's Combi. Because tonight will be the night that I will blast on you. Strike it, babe.
Apparently they have a new version of Pokemon's ZA for the Switch. And a part of me wants to get it, the other half of me wants to wait till I get a Switch 2 to play it.
Don't buy that trash.
Wait.
The game is absolute dog shit, and it's getting fucking roasted online.
Oh, it has been. Okay, so Heartthrob City, this is apparently where the next gym is. We're level 32? 36? I think it's level 32. Level 36, and its top tier is a Miss Magius.
Ghost type.
Yep.
Probably one of the more annoying types to deal with.
Originally, yes, but Ghost type really aren't that hard to deal with now. Apparently on Route 209 I caught a Bonsly that I named 80s Bush.
I remember that.
Okay. Is she just at the gym already, or do I have to go find her?
Did you get your 208 already?
No, there wasn't anything in 208. It was all Dupe's Claws. Oh no! Question. What is 3 plus 5 plus 7? 16?
What the fuck?
Oh, I got it wrong? Fuck!
15, you dumb fuck. How the fuck did you fuck up basic addition? I'm trash at math and I couldn't do that at 15.
For some reason, I thought my fucking brain read it as 8, and I was like, oh yeah, because that would make 13, and then that would make 16. But it is me we're talking about, so of course it would make sense that I fuck up a simple thing.
If the gym is level 36, isn't because tonight too high level already?
Well, no, I just can't use her in the gym battle. Like, the main gym leader fight. I can use her for mopping up all the other people, and then fucking... Actually, I should get the answer wrong again, because me losing...
My retard who can't do 7 plus 3 plus 5.
It's gonna get worse. Congratulations! No, it wasn't. It was not a congratulations. I'm critically retarded. What is 12 plus 28? I know the answer's 40.
41.
No, it's 40.
Oh, no, not 40. I'm sorry. What did you say it was?
12
yeah,
plus
41.
28 is 40. I kind of want to go to the other two just to fight the other 2 gym battles and get the money. How much money do I?
To put your other Pokemon above 36.
Luxray is good. Giggity is good. Copcoat. Oh.
Yeah, gotta think about the long game. The only person you're really at risk of losing there is Booth, maybe. Everybody else can get the XP, but you're gonna get cooked if you're going in there with level 27 and 26 for a 36. Even when you go in there with evenly matched levels, they cook the shit out of you.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh yeah, I don't know. This game seems to be fucking unforgiving as all fuck.
I think because I'm treating it as a Nuzlock, so I'm putting like rules in to make it harder. It should not be that. That's why I've had to redo this 5 fucking times now. I like how my brain immediately knew the correct door to go in, but I want money, so I willingly went up and beat up a child.
He's like, hey, run them pockets.
That reminds me, I gotta turn my...
You're just running around using a Pokemon that's stronger than you to bully kids out of their lunch money. That's what Pokemon boils down to.
Damn right. Now to enjoy my sour watermelon flavored peep.
I'm gonna fucking strangle you to death before you ever have enough time to lose enough organs to die.
Why? There's nothing wrong.
Eating that fucking nasty shit.
Ooh. Oh, you could smell it before I even pop one in my gob.
Fucking Queen Jr. over here with goddamn marshmallows.
Luna, you want to try the marshmallow?
Don't give that shit to your dog.
My cat.
Don't give that shit to your cat. You know what sugar does to a dog or cat? Fucking like internal systems, buddy.
Oh yeah.
That shit is not good for them.
How much? I didn't even look at how much money I had. I've got 7 grand.
And you're not gonna live to spend any of it.
Why? Why are we doing this?
He's gonna die a millionaire.
What is 3 times 13?
What the fuck? Go on.
Hold on. Pokemon popped up on Sky's stream at the exact same time as on mine.
Stop trying to cheat and do both, you fucking bitch.
Is it an Archeon on my? Ah!
It is.
Luna, I'm
I
sorry.
don't know what the fuck that is.
It's the prehistoric turtle Pokemon. Luna, I'm sorry I had to get the controller. Don't be mad at me.
What? I have a fucking gray ball. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm
Are you-
looking at it.
Are you sure about that?
I'm
Did
fucking looking at it.
Did you spell it correctly?
Yes, I'm not retarded. Not fully.
You're arguing with me, so... Oh, yeah. Okay.
Fine, I'll use the regular one. Fuck you. Goddamn community
It says
game.
3 times 3 is... The answer is 39.
Now was that all that was all of that a ploy? So you had time to think about the answer.
No, I knew the answer. You know what? I'm not even going to look at the question. Code, what door is it? 1, 2, or 3?
The right one.
That was correct!
Nailed it.
Oh, I caught the Pokemon on Skystream.
Fucking nailed it.
Oh
You're
no!
welcome, bitch. Fucking commercial.
Okay. Okay, so now that I'm on the actual gym fight, I can go get the Pokemon I want to use in this fight. This gym did not look this goddamn big from the outside. Okay. Now that we're outside of the gym, we are gonna bring... Jalapeno needs levels, so we're gonna bring Jalapeno. We'll let Giggity Gig sit this one out. And then 35, I can bring Fruffles. And we'll sit, because tonight, out of this fight. Check held item. And then I really want to use Absol in this fight, and I will take out Spoofy Zap. Okay. You know what? I should probably think about this, because I know Gengar's a poison and ghost type, so physical attacks aren't going to do jack shit. Steel Burst.
Appeared in both of your streams at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I think they're linked. Maybe I'll keep Spoofy Zap in. I'll swap out Take on Me, and I'll keep Mick Jagger. Oh, restore HP in rain or when hit with water type attack. Reduces HP in harsh sunlight and increases damage attacks for 5. Ugh. Okay, so he can heal himself if hit by water or has rainy day. Does he know rainy day though? No. Oh, but he does know a dark type move, which is going to be great because dark type fucking obliterates ghost type.
This goddamn coming full, I swear to fuck. What is happening? You little bitch.
What?
Your goddamn stream randomly paused on me, no one let me unpause it. Why they making you do math? Chatty Betty. Chatty Betty, Chatty Betty.
Wait, where's my other items? Okay, so amulet coin, give that to Fruffles.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Come on.
Okay.
Ooh, rare candy.
Ho ho ho, you finally arrived. Since I come to the region. Why did I make the wide...
I need to kill you and start you on your 6th run.
Oh, you bitch. Oh, that hit surprisingly hard. Is it gonna fly up again? Oh, you bitch. Are you full health? Oh, you bitch.
These fucking field.
I am going to fucking... Is she using all of her potions on this one fucking Pokemon?
Jesus.
Note to,
Buddy got his ass beat.
note to self, use beat up more often.
That shit fucked that guy up. God damn.
Am I faster? Oh, you bitch. Oh, thank God. What? I was gonna say, did the motherfucker... Oh, okay, so he used a berry to reduce super effective damage.
God damn. Beat up Mad OP.
Yeah, but I can't use it anymore because it just got fucking disabled on it. Volt switch. After attacking it rushes Pokemon. Oh, no.
Oh, fuck shit.
Oh, heavens.
Oh, good heavens.
I don't outspeed. Okay. Oh. Uh-oh. Are you gonna use a fucking potion to heal your fucking Pokemon now? Never give up, no matter what. Cause I'm gonna use a fucking no.
I believe the answer is what you were looking for. Yes.
Okay. I'll use payback. I'll take the Dazzling Gleam. then I double the amount of damage it does to me. Get shit on!
You like killing yourself, stupid?
Yay! Thank you for $9,000.
Hey, look at that, you didn't die. Now you can fulfill the prophecy and die on the subject.
Why? You could just let me not fucking die.
I'm surprised that you fucking won despite just going to London.
No.
Fucking carried that shit.
Oh, fuck yeah. Houndoom carried that whole fucking fight.
If it hadn't been for the Doom, you would have been.
Absol would have been a nice backup in case something happened to Houndoom, but even then, yeah, Houndoom fucking steamrolled that gym. My angry murder puppy.
I can't believe you've done this little shit.
I can't believe they make me go through all the fucking elevators just to say, oh yeah, you won. Certified trainers, code, and Crimson.
What? Oh, my person. I was like, I don't play that fucking game. I was like, what are you?
I'm so glad to see you. You're not easy to track down, but Grandma told me about the... Cynthia?
Grandma told me you're a fucking gay boy. Oh, it's Cynthia, the waifu.
Alright, so that is gym number, what, 5? Gym 5 in the bag?
I think so.
Yep. Alright, so that means I need to figure out what the next gym is. Hearthrone. So it looks like level 39 is the next gym, and it's steel type Pokemon.
That'll be easy as long as we can catch a fire somewhere.
I have a fire. Ponyta. And Houndoom technically also counts as a fire type.
I wouldn't bet on Ponyta, that damn thing's a squish machine.
Why am I going way the fuck over there? Oh yeah, I forgot. I know how to fly now. Why am I running everywhere then?
Well, why are you running?
Okay, so I should absolutely heal. So, Houndoom and Ponyta are going to be my heavy hitters in this next gym. Which, 42, right? Is the high as I can go? 39. 39 is as high as I can go.
What did you... Just... God damn.
Actually, we haven't been down there for a minute. Let's go down to the underground. You are now connected to the internet. Ooh, and it's in an area I haven't been in. Alright, let's see. We got a... Ah! So we got Wingull, Swablu, and stupid fucking fat cat, and Geodude. All right, Code. Dumb Bird 1 or Dumb Dragon Bird number 2?
Dragon 2.
Okay. Ooh. No! Okay, I accidentally killed Dumb Dragon Bird. Never mind, Dumb Dragon Bird killed itself. Alright, Dumb Water Bird it is! Where'd it go? You know what? You would be actually really good to deal with Dumb Water Bird. Never mind, Dumb Water Bird died. Mick Jagger grew a level. Alright, let's reset. All three of those are duplicates. Those are all duplicates? Okay.
Yeah. Like what you want,
Dumb. Alright, code. Dumb Water Bird or Angry Monkey?
Son of a bitch, I'm frozen.
Wait, have we caught a dumb monkey yet?
What the fuck is a dumb monkey?
It's an apom. Yeah, I'll go to it.
No, we do not have the monkey.
Do you want the monkey or the dumb bird?
I don't know, I'm frozen. Hold on, maybe look at something up if I see what the fuck I'm looking at.
Monkey?
Oh my god. They both suck. But the goddamn bird's probably better than the bolt. Do we have a water?
Ooh. I think Krogunk counts as water poison, if I remember right. No, poison fighting. The only water type we have would be Giggity. Is a water ground type. Oh, and we have Badunkadoof.
Well, Quagsire is the goddamn behemoth. I'd go with the bird. The fucking monkey doing it.
Okay.
It's gonna be fucking worth it.
What are we thinking? Name it Mile High or something dumb like that? I mean, we could call it Wet Flaps. Yeah, I mean, it is a bird, and it does water. Never mind, we almost killed the bird again. Game, we are not doing this. I'm not using all of my fucking Ultra Balls for a stupid fucking bird. Okay. Wingull, the water-flying bird Pokemon. And it's a female, so goddamn. Yeah, wet flaps seems to fucking... Squishy flaps. Squishy Wing. Welcome to the team, Squishy Wing. Get in the fucking box. Alright, we get one more room. Okay, we already have a Hoot Hoot. We have a Bidoof. We have two... No! Fuck off! I don't think we have a Barboach. Is there anything else in the water, or just the Barboach?
Who's your gay boy daddy?
So, Barboach is the only new Pokemon in this room. Yeah. If we don't...
Are you being forced to capture a fish?
I might be forced to capture a fish.
Is it a gay fish?
It is indeed a gay fish.
Well, he must like fish sticks, so he's cool.
Am I naming it Fish Sticks? Because that sounds like what I'm about to name it.
He is a gay fish.
Oh! You... No!
Yeah, sure.
I am not losing Absol to a fucking gay fish.
Not the gay fish. Oh.
So Barboach is a water ground. Oh. I mean...
Why are you gay?
Okay. I'm about to...
About to be gay?
Okay, I thought it was gonna kill my Luxray, and I got very upset for a second. Game? I'm sorry, did it just throw shit water on me?
Ew.
Uh-huh. You saw what I saw.
It looks like a wave of piss.
Oh, that's so
Ew.
mean. The water type attacks don't do anything to Mick Jagger because he absorbs water and gets healing from it. I'm trying to think, how do I name this gay fish without Nintendo getting on my ass about it?
Can you do the at sign? G at fish?
Maybe. Uh-oh. Mick Jagger's dead.
What? Jesus Christ! No, that's me and Mick Jagger's Invincible dead. I can't believe you just killed Mick Jagger. Now he no longer has the moves.
He still has the moves, just in the ground.
He's fucking dead. You fucking killed him. He's fucking dead. I can't believe you've done this.
I can. It's me.
Shut the hell up out there, Bat, you loud bitch.
Okay, we have the gay fish, and I know how to name it gay without... What now? Oh. Its whiskers make superb radar. They are used to locate prey even in the murkiest of waters. Yes. His name? I think that'll work. I'm gonna let the stream catch up. Judging by the giggle, that works. Add to party. Oh, I'm sorry, Mick Jagger. You never had the chance to get your moves, buddy. After saying how impervious you would be to damage, you died.
Stop saying shit like that.
Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that it's gonna go horribly wrong in the next few seconds?
Did you just have a fucking goddamn Managmasaur or whatever the fuck it's called?
A Magmar?
Yes.
I have a baby Magmar named a Magby, and its name is Jalapeno.
You need to level that bitch up. That'd be good in steel.
Oh, yeah, huh? What?
Molten hot magma.
That fucking radar ping is giving me nightmare flashbacks of where beneath the waves. That game was good. Depressing as all fucking hell, but it was a good game. Alright, we got a Luxury... or a Shinx, a...
Jesus Christ.
Another Shinx that's very angry. A Silcoon. A fucking murder cat.
What?
Have we caught in a bug this go around? I feel like we have.
Scyther.
No. I mean a Cricketune.
Oh, yeah.
We have. What, wasn't it Mace? Yep. It was my boy Mace.
He died before he got to become pepper spray.
God damn it. Booty Beads, Duck, 80s Bush, and Salad Fingers are all dead. With Chrome Dome, Car Wash, A Positive, Fish, Groana, I Hate You, and Cobblestone.
Just the random I hate you.
Oh, god damn it. I almost forgot. And our boy Mick Jagger is no longer alive.
Can't believe you killed him.
I have not been able to keep a full box of Pokemon this entire fucking run. Alright, so I'm gonna reset this room. And then we will go heal and see what the fuck's going on with that gym. Shinx again. Shinx, Zubat, Chirium. I don't know if we've caught that one yet. Machop, we already have you. Your name is Subway. Alright, dumb, stupid fucking cherry Pokemon. Let's go. Get... Cherubi. Okay, let's see if we can catch it. I didn't pay attention to how much health fucking Kindred had. Oh, fuck.
Oh my goodness.
He lived! But the stupid cherry died. I am so upset that I almost lost my Absol. And I didn't even give it praises yet. I wonder what's going to happen at my appointment in the morning. A baboof. Just a wild fucking Machoke running around? Oh, a pincer! Have we had a pincer?
No. Wait. I think we had one in the very first run.
Oh, we did in the first run, and then we haven't had one after that. Okay, fuck it. Pincer, let's roll. Let's do bite. That way if I'm faster, I can make it flinch. Oh, that's not good.
Ow.
I'm fucking sorry, what? I hate this game. I hate this game so fucking much right now.
Stop getting your ass beat.
Well, Houndoom, you really would have been nice to use in that fucking gym we were about to get. God damn it, Fluffles. And I even fucking rigged rules to keep your ass alive. Only for you to get killed by a fucking overly aggressive bug. Alright, Ponyta, we gotta fucking level you up. And then Guard of War, because you can heal yourself, you're going up to the top of the party. I don't know what Sky is saying, but she sounds very intent.
I agree.
Alright, so I have to go to the cave. Route 218. I don't think we have anything in 218. Nope, that's where we caught Magikarp. Global Wonder Station. Pokemon Worldwide Trading? Okay. Sure. Global Wonder Station. Fucking trade, I guess? You know what? I'm gonna get rid of one of my dead guys. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of I Hate You. And we're gonna go... Oh my god, can I not just... Oh, there we go. We're gonna go California. We're gonna save... Would you like to save? Yes. Alright, we're getting rid of I Hate You, who never technically died. It's just as soon as I fucking got him, I put him in the goddamn PC in the death box, because fuck that guy. I have found somebody trading me a Pokemon from Brazil. Fuck off, I hate you! He gave me a fucking Bulbasaur. What level? Watch it be level 100. Okay. Let's get rid of... You know what? Who do we have that's alive? Let's get rid of Grabby Hands. We'll swap out Grabby Hands, and this will be the last trade we do. We'll see if we can get a Charmander. I would take fucking Charmander. I feel bad for the guy who just got a Pokemon named I Hate You. I feel kind of bad for him. I'm sorry, there's a trade partner in California? I swear to God, if it gives me some fat bitch, if it gives me a Jinx, I'm gonna die of laughter. It gave me a fucking Charizard!
Alright.
And it's the same guy I traded with in Brazil. Do we do one more? Who could we get rid of? Let's get rid of Squishy. Hang on, I'm curious. I can't use Charizard, it's level fucking 65. Alright.
Jesus fuck.
Alright, Squishy. Whoever you go to, Squishy, I hope they love you as much as I didn't. If I get a goddamn Blastoise, I'm gonna die of laughter. Oh! In Japan! Who am I getting from there? Bye, Squishy! Whatever it is, it's in an... They gave me a fucking Blastoise!
Oh, you're welcome.
Let me guess, level 65? D? D, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but I love you. Is it a level 65? Also, why did Bulbasaur get the short end of the stick? You just didn't want to evolve Bulbasaur? What the fuck? Please do visit again. Alright. 65, 63. What level was the Bulbasaur? 59. Why did you keep a Bulbasaur at level 50 fucking 9?
Get pounded.
Poor Bulbasaur, dude. Just no fucking love. I am kind of happy I have the 3 Kanto starters, though. I can rock with that. That big globe, oh, where I can see where people live. Wonder Globe, Global Wonder Station. Phew, that's a long, difficult name. If you keep Wonder Trades many, many times, someday I'll complete my one and only goal. My dream to gaze upon my sister's titties. What the fuck is the point of the PC if you can access everything from fucking your walk? Wait, wasn't there... There was a place they told me to go back to once I got high enough. Did I already go back there? I don't remember. Pokemon watches from around the world. Is it this place?
Fuck, I don't remember either.
Hi, I'm the president of Pokemon Company. Your patience is rewarded. I've developed a new Poketech app. Memo Pad app. The fuck is that for jotting down quick notes? I'm fucking sorry. Did they just give me a sticky pad and they want me to be happy with that? Code, you're getting yelled at in Sky's chat.
Why?
I don't know. She's yelling, where the fuck is Code? She just keeps yelling it. Oh, she's fucking liquidating you. I love that while writing Code sucks on my stream, I hear Sky just, where the fuck is Code? There we go. I can just leave that there the entire time now. The marking map. Does this motherfucker just marking allows? Oh, okay. So he just passively makes apps for your Pokewatch. What happens if you go in the other door? Or is it just the same room? Crimson's on a vacation far away. Wow, you are just getting... All I can hear is French, 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 code, French, French, French. Okay, so we can use surf now. A jar of honey. Again?
You cheating bitch.
What?
see you.
No, you don't. It's
I
only
see
cheating.
you.
It's only cheating if I'm doing it in my own stream.
You're still fucking cheating.
I wonder if they're gonna try to fucking piss test me tomorrow.
Why? Did you do some fat dank weed?
No, the new medication I'm on, I warned them that it could come up as a narcotic. And they're like, "No, you should be fine." Which one is it? I'm like, "Oh fuck." I need to get a Pokemon that evolves from fucking Waterstone. Really? You're gonna fucking Ultra Ball? I hate you.
Damn right.
I hate you so goddamn much right now.
Pussy. Fuck you, you cheating bitch. Where the fuck is code?
I'm sorry, you just have a fucking Gyarados and a baby Pokemon? You're fucked up, dude. I mean, you really fucked up.
I made that character like fucking like an hour ago. That's hilarious that it doesn't pop up right away.
Wait, you can make a random character?
Yeah, when I went to her stream at the bottom, I could pick a character with 3 symptoms and then send it to her, and I did it. I gave it infected breathing, necrosis, and a bite mark.
Oh, jeez. My girlfriend asked me to meet up with her on Route 218, but I can't find her. Bitch, she's
Damn,
on the
buddy,
walkway. She's on the other side of the area.
Well, it's not his fault he can't move. He's programmed in one spot.
I really want to fight the guitar guy, but I really feel like he's going to be using electric type. Let it rock the rhythm of piano. All it says is code sucks up in the corner.
Exterior of the sock starting garage check.
Yep. She is obsessed with necrosis.
Fucking necrosis.
I'm curious, is the ground type gonna nullify the water? Or nullify the electric attacks?
If it's dual typing, it should. Isn't that the whole point of the fucking dual typing?
We're gonna find out. I'm sorry, did this fish just use fucking Earthquake?
Or we're gonna have another dead Pokemon on our hands.
Why? Why you gotta say it like that?
We traded a life for a life, and then if we lose this life, that other life was lost for nothing. Sometimes it's a life in the life of a lifeguard. Sometimes you just gotta slap some suntan lotion on a bitch. Fucking necrosis.
I'll have to make a character on there.
I hid the bite mark in a real good spot too. I don't think she would have fucking found it.
Actually, you know what? I was gonna turn my camera off because I'm gonna lean over in how I sit because my fucking tailbone's going numb.
That's why she just fucking blasted my character in the fucking face. Fucking atrocious. Ah! God damn, what was that? A Kamehameha wave? Jesus.
What the fuck?
I need another co-op Pokemon game so bad. It's not as bad as Shield and Moon. It's not no open world shit.
What the fuck is the point? He just said, oh, I was going to give you the ability to see male and female Pokemon, but it looks like your Pokewatch already has that. No, my Pokewatch clearly says, code sucks.
I will not take this disrespect. I will not take this disrespect lying down. In fact, I'm going to take it sitting down.
I was going to say, if anything, you'll take it when you lag out on Arc.
Well, Arc's always giving it to me, always and forever. Fucking atrocious.
In the fuck? That's a really small... You know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. I kind of like that little map. Conclave... Kanalov City Cargo Port.
It's been 6 months already. How time flies.
What's up? Your clothes look damp. Were you swimming at the beach? No.
No.
Is that a good thing to say to a child? Your clothes look damp?
I mean, unless you're a goddamn weirdo, how would you interpret that? The silence is staggering.
I'm trying to think of how it would not be weird.
If your kid walked up to you and you went, "Oh, your clothes look damp," does that automatically insinuate something sexual, or is your brain just broken and goddamn weird jumping to that conclusion?
I'm the move deleter. You come to me to force your Pokemon to forget some moves. Who am I?
Exactly.
Why did you come into my house?
Forget right now. Goddamn pedo bear.
He said Canal City and I read it as Anal City. I'm like, wait a fucking second, what?
Yep, goddamn pedo bear. Goddamn pedo bear. Goddamn Anal Street. That's the city where everybody's doing anal.
Harbor Inn, the text is too faded to read. God damn it, code.
What? harassing you.
I swear to
You're
God,
welcome.
if you kill any of my fucking Pokemon, I will fucking end you.
I'm coming to destroy you. You're not prepared for this ass whooping. Surprise, motherfucker. Coming to fuck you up with my half-moon haircut looking ass. Goddamn golf ball commercial. Fucking atrocious.
Get shit on.
Fucking Rosalina blasted. Rosalia. Rosa.
Special attack? Okay.
Dark picture, please. 141.
Oh, that's not good. If your fucking goddamn penguin would have gotten off 2 more metal claws, I would have been in deep shit.
My penguin is my OP. He is my primary fish boy. Go, Ponyta. Not the first move I would have used, but alright. Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. Fire blast, gonna cast flamethrower. God damn, stop doing agility. God damn it, me, do flamethrower. And you're dead, you dumb fuck. What did all that speed do other than help you to the grave quicker? You goddamn fool. Quick, horn attack.
Oh, the fucking gym is just right there. Please keep quiet while on the premises. Eat dick. I'll watch my fucking harem anime right there in front of you, bitch. Someone always checks out the book I want to read. Well, too bad you don't got a PokeWatch. You could just fucking download that shit. Axu was caught by Lone Crimson. Fuck yeah, it was.
Fuck you. Goddamn 2 chances every goddamn time. Cheat fuck.
Technically, I'm not using my stream. I'm only using Sky's.
Cheating bitch.
Oh, the boat's down there. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should probably restock on some Pokeballs. What? A somewhat different Pokeball that works especially well on Pokemon species that have already been caught before. Well, that's fucking useless in my run. A somewhat different Pokeball that becomes more effective at catching Pokemon the more turns. Yep, I'm gonna need more of those. You cannot do that sound as I'm hitting X to fucking buy. That one was almost perfectly timed. I'll give you credit on that.
I'm gonna buy more Pokeballs.
Okay, I should be good on Pokeballs now.
Grandma, Mom.
Should we see what's in the underground, or do we think that it hasn't progressed any further?
What do you mean?
Like, see if we're in a new region to where we can get a new capture?
I mean, did you use the capture for the Route 208 duplicate spam that was all you had?
No.
You could go underground and use that one then. If there's an above ground spot that's just fucking nothing but duplicates and you don't have a chance to get anything new, then I would say you could go underground for that area. Cause that's kind of bullshit if you can't catch anything in that eliminates an entire route.
Let's see. So, are we near a room that we have? Oh yeah, we're near a room that we haven't been in.
Do it, pussy.
Oh, we're near 2 rooms we haven't been in. So we might get 3 captures. Let's see. No, Machop, we don't want... Oh, we... We could use the 208 route to revive a Pokemon.
Nuzlock if shit's coming back to life?
No, not really.
This ain't Evanescence. Can't be bringing me to life.
But technically, I've already used my 2 from the Mew and the Jirachi that we got for free.
Once you did, you did.
Unless you're Queen, and then you get saved by Sky.
Otherwise, I'd say bring back my boy Pinu. Pinu!
Pinu's technically in Pokemon Home right now.
Yeah, in the afterlife.
Ooh. Okay, so we have Wooper, that's a duplicate. Quagsire, Squish. This whole room is duplicates. Even the fucking Barboach is a duplicate. Oh, there's an item. A deep sea tooth? What does that do? Increase water attacks? This Fang gleams as silver sharp, raises the holder's special attack. Ooh. That's actually not bad, because we've got quite a few special attackers. Did she just say the COVID is with us?
What?
Wingle. Oh god, dude. Code, the only non-duplicate is a fucking Togepi.
Well, you know what must be done.
If I lose anything to a goddamn Togepi, I will cry. Alright.
The underground section sucks.
I guess it gets better once you beat the late game. That's when it opens up the national decks, and this is one of the best areas to find shinies at. Alright, we'll use wait. I wonder if the underground counts as a cave.
What the fuck?
Alright, Code, how do you normally like your eggs?
Do it.
I normally like mine scrambled. I'm a simple man. Welcome to the team, Scrambled. Go in the fucking box. I don't know if I'm ever going to use you.
Turns out it's a fucking trick-or-treat thing, and it's gonna turn into something cool.
That's one of the reasons I want Sky to put the trick or treat back on the fucking Ark server. Hello, I'm Renee. When you're digging up fossils, watch out for cracks in the wall. If you dig too much... Hi, this is a gun. If you aim it and pull the trigger, the gun will go off. Did you know about this? Alright, there's a Roserade, a fucking Lickitung, a Quagsire. Game, you really want me to have fucking Quagsire? I have one. Why are there 3 in this one room? Fuck you, Quagsire. So I think we have... This room was, I think, full of repeats. I don't remember if we have a Roserade or not. I thought we did it. The little flower thing.
Roselia?
Yeah, Rosalia. There's a Golbat. Too bad ours...
I don't remember.
After 5 runs, it's hard to remember what we had and don't have.
I don't remember us ever having a Rosalina.
Hey, there's one I don't have, a Swinub. I think it can evolve to Mamoswine on this one. Yep, it evolves to Piloswine at level 33 and Mamoswine once it learns Ancient Power. What? And it learns Ancient Power at level 1 on a Piloswine. How the fuck does that make any goddamn sense? Fuck it, you know what? We're gonna go Quick Ball because it's at the start of the encounter. Fucking Quick Balls for the win, dude. What do you want to name your Swinub? I kind of want to name it Hoover because it looks like a little mop.
Gucci Fuzz. They name it Peach Fuzz. I don't know.
Send Gucci Fuzz to the box. Yep, Gucci Fuzz is in the party now.
Gucci Fuzz. Gucci Fuzz.
Alright, do we have any more rooms in the underground? Okay, there are no more areas in the underground that we can use on this one. I wonder what's in that big-ass room.
The boss is gonna beat your ass.
Why you guys say stuff like that? Because it'll happen, and then I'm gonna cry.
You're gonna walk in there and hear the fucking battle music for fucking solo leveling, and then you're gonna fucking, your dick's gonna explode and you're gonna die.
No, walk in. The time. Why is there a boss aura? Has come. Oh fuck.
It is gonna come for me. What? This is what I meant to be.
I'm in danger.
Now. The death is gonna kill me. The fuck it did.
When does Magby evolve into Magmar?
Are you, rather, not, are you? Is the phone scanning the pucks?
Oh, level 30.
Yeah.
Oh, this motherfucker evolves in 1 level.
Okay. I just happened to look over at traffic, and it doesn't look like, because I have you, it shows you clocking in to the phone, and then 50 minutes ago clocking into 100, and then just now clocking into 200, but I don't have any point scans. Oh, you know what? I don't see any point scans on your phone, actually, for anybody. Yeah, I don't know. It might just be the way traffic. Well, yeah, I don't know. It looks like yesterday it was, or the other day it was doing it, but as of the 17th, it looks like it's not actively tracking pucks. I'll have to bring this up to Scott.
Or you can just not eat up that much fucking radio traffic on something you're not sure about.
And everything. Yeah, it's nothing that you're doing wrong. It's just
Probably track tick. Track tick fucking blows. Track tick fucking sucks, Big D. That shit is fucking gay. I thought I got away from fucking goddamn track tick when I left fucking Kenwood, but alas, this place uses it too.
Okay.
Why are you gay?
I'm not down here to catch anything. I am down here to power level Magmar up. Hey, I caught Corsola.
I remember that Pokemon. I was still watching the TV show when that shit came out. What was that, like, early Gen 2?
Yeah, Corsola was Gen 2, and then in, I want to say Sun and Moon, it got an extra level.
Evolution?
Yeah. What did I say?
I think it is an extra level.
Oh, yeah? I think it's because you said solo leveling. My brain's like, level? Magmar.
I think it is a two-stage.
Well, no, the original Corsola isn't a two-stage, but the ghost type one...
I think it is now.
Oh, shit! Barboach is evolving too?
Oh, shit.
Ooh, Whiscash.
Baby, I thought.
Whiscash is water ground and water. As a result, cause of tremors by thrashing about, foretell real quakes. Okay, so the next gym is level 39. Yeah, I need to level Magmar the fuck up. I'm awake, motherfucker. Wait, Ponytail evolves at level 30 or 40?
Wishcash is actually really strong for Nuzlocks. Fucking, there's, back when I was watching AI President shit, like, on a regular basis, they did a playthrough of Pearl, and they used Wishcash. It was either Wishcash or Melodic, and they decided that Melodic was too much work.
Let's see. Anticipation. This Pokemon can sense an opponent's dangerous move. Alright, that doesn't really tell me anything.
That probably means if a one shot, if a crit's coming or something, it tells you, hey, get the fuck out. Or if it tells you like something that would one shot you, maybe.
Damn, its HP fucking stat total is pretty fucking nice.
Hey, Dad.
Oh shit, Jesus.
Oh, we can't use gay fish. Son of a bitch. Ah! Fucking beaver!
Why can't we use gay fish in the beaver?
Because gay fish is level 41, and the gym is level 39.
Gay fish is too strong. He is the gay fish.
What's up, Sky?
Things.
Yeah. That's accurate. There's definitely some things up right now.
I swear to God, Spoofy Zap almost died.
Then get the fuck out of there before something happens. Do you not have a fishing rod? Can you fish in that water?
I might be able to.
Fucking Barboach. You threw out an electric type against something that you know has Earthquake, you fucking psychopath.
Look, after I caught gay fish, you think I retained any information about that Pokemon?
Jesus fuck.
Oh no, yeah, it won't let me use the fishing rod. What if I'm on the shore? Nope.
Are we?
So you can't fish. That's all right. It was worth a shot. I was like, maybe there's extra Pokemon we've been missing.
Magmar's still a little too weak to use in that gym. Where would be a good place?
Just throw him in your front slot and fucking kill some shit down there, and just don't get nothing killed.
Well, that's just
Stop
it.
throwing out electric types.
Everything down there is level 40. So to use Magmar would get it fucking owned.
Well, that's why you switch train. You put him in the first slot, and then you swap him out and throw something else in. You have to, whatever you switch to is going to take a hit every single round, or every single battle, but...
I want to use fucking Bulbasaur, or I don't know, maybe that fucking Charizard I got? That would have been nice.
Yeah, well, too bad it's like level 30 something, or level 60 something, or some shit.
And that motherfucker's banned. Yeah, the Charizard is level 69.
Nice. You
We
know what that means.
never level it up ever again and keep it out of my party to where it stays level 69.
Exactly.
I approve.
I can never level up.
Do you want to break it to Sky, or do you want me to break it to Sky?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, go for it. Knock yourself out, buddy.
We were crashing like a motherfucker earlier.
So?
Your dino spawn thing did not fix anything.
Although we were like being able to do 2 or 3 raid areas, and then it would kick us out.
Yeah, it wasn't crashing as hard, but it was definitely still crash spamming like a motherfucker.
Oh
But
yeah.
it was definitely less than it was before.
Okay, so it's not that bad, but it's a little bit better, but it's not fixed.
I don't think it's ever going to be permanently fixed, Sky, but you definitely could notice it wasn't nearly as prevalent.
Like Sky said to me a day or two ago, it's most likely a combination of CS and AA automatic that are fucking crashing the server. But I refuse to play without either, at least one of those two mods. So we're just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah.
I refuse to play without automatic arc or CS, so we're just gonna have to suck it up.
Fine by me.
I don't know why you guys don't want to play without it.
If I wanted to play without automatic arc, I would take my bitch ass back to fucking official servers.
Pokemon News Press. I don't remember. I've been to Veilstone. Wait, have I been to Sunny Shore City yet? Oh no, I haven't been there.
So. I was like, that doesn't sound familiar at all. I haven't heard that name yet.
Have I caught anything on 213? No.
The last one we passed over was 208.
All right.
209 through 2012.
209 we caught Bonsly. I don't think there is a Route 212. I see 201, 202, 218, 204, 203, 27, 29, 29, 28, 214.
Why are they out of order? How did we get to Route 209 before 208? What the fuck?
Look, because we started here. Then there was Route 202. Oh no, we started here, then 201. Ooh. We don't have anything on 221. We could fly over to here and then sail down across the water. And it looks like there's a little house down there. And then... Oh yeah, and there's nothing on 212. So yeah, once we leave this town going... Pokemon Mansion? I find it hard to believe we didn't catch anything. Oh wait. Nope, okay. So we have 2 open areas for catching.
Holy shit. Liquidation. When I joined your stream, I forgot you said that you were gonna set it up so that people can make a character, and I clicked the button on the bottom. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I clicked it. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, what's this do? And I clicked necrosis, a bite mark, and fucking infected breathing, and then I sent it. I clicked it off, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that was, but all right, cool. And then, like, an hour later, Crimson tells me Sky's cussing at you, saying, where the fuck's code at? Where is he?
Yeah, I was like, I'm doing like the fucking character, and I'm like blah 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 blah, blah. And then bam, I'm like send code giver 36 to liquidation. I'm like, what the fuck? That's when I saw that. It wasn't supposed to.
Let's see, we're on Route 213, right?
That shit
Yeah.
had me dying when he started talking to me. I was just driving the car, and he's like, this guy's cussing you out right now. I was like, for what? I'm not even there to do anything. But then I switched over to your stream, and I'd seen fucking Code Giver Liquidation, and I was like, oh, so it must have sent the character. I sent that shit like
every
an
time you
hour
select
ago.
something.
I sent that shit over an hour ago. That shit... Oh, that shit was hilarious. If I'd have known it was gonna send it to you, I would have been there to watch you fucking inspect it. But I didn't know that if I even did it right.
Code, I hate to break it. There's nothing on this route that we can get.
Is it all duplicates? I take it.
Route 213 looks like it is all duplicates, according to SarahB.net.
Why are there so many fucking duplicates in this game? Is there literally only like 10 Pokemon in this whole fucking game?
Yep.
There's like zero variation. I've seen like maybe 20 Pokemon max. It's crazy.
Let's see.
Did they lock everything behind the fucking end game with all?
I think they locked it to endgame. God damn it, I'm not catching another fucking Magikarp.
Oh yeah, didn't we have a Gyarados that died?
That was a previous playthrough, but yes.
We should get Magikarp now and get Gyarados again. I don't think we have any designated Pokemon, any water types.
We do. Gayfish is a water type, and so is
Oh, Whiscash.
Whiscash and our Quagsire boy.
Oh yeah. I keep thinking Quagsire is like poison or some shit. Yeah, we don't need a Gyarados then. Plus a Magikarp at this level would take too long to fucking level.
No, because it's XP shared, so I would just go into the underground, try not to get fucking murdered by everything, which wouldn't work.
You just almost got fucked up when you were down there before. What do you mean, Fucking sending out an electric type against a fish that has fucking ground moves.
Oh, what the fuck?
I don't remember like any of the stab moves and shit, and even I know that bad.
We don't have a tentacle, apparently.
No, I definitely don't think I've seen that yet.
We got it now. About 213 Tentacruel. Or Tentacool.
Pretty good, boy. Pretty good.
Oh. I almost don't want to catch that one.
Why?
Because I honestly hate how it looks. I also hate that they refuse to give Arbok a new evolution, and they keep making all these other...
All the fucking tentacles fucking look the same. And at least it's not a fucking Survivor. Survivor has no fucking evolution.
Sandaconda is that stupid one from fucking Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, not Sandaconda. Yeah, no. Survivor has 0 evolutions.
And it's one of the cooler looking snakes, too, which really pisses me off. Alright, Sky. What are we naming Tentacool?
The Diddler.
I think she died.
I didn't. Why?
Oh, there she is.
What are we naming our tentacle?
I'm never dying.
Don't worry, there'll be time for that. Answer the question. Thinking long and hard about that one, giggity.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm just happy she didn't say Squidward. I'm 1000% happy she just didn't go with that. Because that's what everybody fucking names Tentacool. Every fucking time, without fail.
Mm.
Also, side note, Sky,
Wait a minute. Let me.
I fucking... I got rid of Dory, by the way.
No.
I remembered
You
you...
did?
No, I did. So it only recommends your channel now. If I'm not on, it recommends only you, not Dory. What was the name of the octopus that the Deep has sex with in The Boys?
What?
In the show The Boys, the Deep has a love affair with an octopus.
What the fuck?
If you've never
Yeah,
watched
that's
The Boys,
thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Long live the tentacle. What?
Fucking giggity. Call it the diddler, pal. Fucking, or name it P. Diddy. I woke up. Felt
Okay,
weird.
the octopus that the
Shut up.
Deep kept in
Name
his...
it Sky toy, please.
Name it what?
Can be Sky's toy.
Oh, for fuck's sake. We already had Booty Bees. It can't get worse than that.
Got a tentacle for both holes.
Mhm.
Wait until it evolves. It can take all three.
Damn it! I was gonna add a little winky face on it, but Sky's toy fits.
That's what she said.
You know what? Add it to the party, and we'll get rid of Gay Fish for now, since I can't really use Gay Fish.
Getting rid of what?
He's level 41. I can't use him in the gym.
God damn it. Fucking gay fish. At least he's safe from total annihilation.
Is he, though? Sandaconda has
least
been
while
caught.
he's
Motherfucker, I even used a basic Pokeball.
Why he's not in your pocket? He is.
What the fuck? Has had a major blackout, the cruiser restoring power. Alright, well fuck me, I guess. I guess I can't go to that town. So we're just gonna go back here, and then sail south. Okay, Sky's toy has been added to the Pokemon capture list. Route 219. Oh, we have another encounter here. The only question is it anything worth a fuck?
Worth a fuck. Caw, bitch.
So it would be Sinnoh, Route 219. Tentacruel. So there is nothing I can catch here that would be... Oh, there is a Pokemon that I could catch, and it is a pure water type. Or I can wait till I have the Super Rod And then I would unlock either catching... Have we had a Gyarados? I really don't remember.
We had a Gyarados at one point, but I could be confusing it with Steelix.
Nope, we had a Gyarados, and its name was Duck, and it died at level 21. Booty Beads at least made it to level 29. Salad Fingers made it to 26. Fruffles made it to 37, and that is the highest death yet.
Who?
Fruffles, my Houndoom. You know, the one that would have been really fucking good to use in that fucking upcoming gym.
When did he die?
I don't want to talk about it.
When the fuck did that happen? How did I miss that? The last I seen that motherfucker, he was beating the goddamn ghost gym's ass.
Oh,
What
yeah.
the fuck happened to him?
He absolutely fucking obliterated the ghost gym. And then
How
got...
did you fucking kill him? Okay.
What?
Oh, you sound like an old lady there.
Okay.
How did you kill him?
It's been a while.
President?
I don't even remember.
Answer my goddamn question. How did you kill the fucking Houndoom?
I honestly don't remember. And I feel terrible that I don't remember. But I honestly don't fucking remember.
Fucking roll the goddamn screen back. Figure it out. God damn it.
I'm gonna have to start putting markers every time a Pokemon dies. That way we can mark when they died.
How the fuck did you kill him? He was alive at the gym fight, and you haven't fought a goddamn gym since then.
Yeah, but I
You lost
was
to a
in the
goddamn
underground.
Trainer.
I think it was in the underground.
Fucking asshole.
Oh, no! The pincer! The fucking pincer fucking O-coded with a fucking... I forget what move it was, but it whooped his ass in a single hit.
Jesus fuck. You lost a goddamn dark fire type to a fucking bug.
Yeah, which still don't know how that fucking happened, but it did.
Jesus fucking Christ. You know what you've done. You can't be trusted.
I just beat up 2 little kids and took their lunch money, so...
Well, a fucking tick with Lyme disease took your dog out.
I don't think that's a fair representation of what that fucking Pokemon is.
That's exactly what that thing is. Goddamn fucking tick with Lyme disease killed your fucking dog. Just like in real life.
I'm sorry, am I on land? What the fuck?
Yes, Crimson, I think the beach is considered land.
Route 221. What is on Route 221?
21.
Route 221 has quite a few Pokemon. And I hate to say it, we have them all.
Jesus fucking Christ. Goddamn duplicate bonanza.
Yeah, there is honestly nothing... Bitch!
Why'd you just randomly yell bitch at me?
You don't want to keep balls that close to your ass.
I don't know, my balls are pretty close to my ass right now.
I can't say anything, because I too am sitting down. How does Spoofy's app have such terrible fucking moves when it's as high level as it is?
Because it probably just has a terrible move pool.
I'm looking right now. It doesn't get a single good fucking move. What? Okay, the motherfucker who decided it needs to get Thunder Wave at level 48, that person needs to have fucking Epitaph put in their soups.
Jesus. Can't believe you've done this.
I need to fix our Lux right here. This poor boy I gotta have something that I can give him some power.
It's gotta be a Thunder TM somewhere or
Shockwave. Volt.
something.
Volt switch. I thought I had that move.
There has to be something.
Nope.
Oh.
I don't have
You don't have
any.
shit?
I don't have any fucking TMs.
Is there not a store that sells TMs?
I think there is. I'll have to go back to the one that had the mall.
That just means start beating up some kids for their lunch money again.
We already have that.
So then I have irresponsible decisions and financial decisions to make. Give me your goddamn money.
How did it not die? Fling. That's gotta say something, Code, that my fucking fully evolved Pokemon has Tackle still.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Jalapeno grew to level... Cop Code 597. Isn't that... I remember us making jokes on that, but I don't remember why.
Same. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of Pokemon with names like that.
I'm over here debating, do I get off at midnight and get extra sleep before this doctor's appointment, or do I just say fuck it and stream until 1 like normal?
It's up to you, buddy.
Again with the balls in the ass. That... One of you seems way more power leveled than the other one. I'm not gonna say who it is, but it's definitely one of you. Also, haha that they gave the guy a snake Pokemon. If I lose my Gardevoir to a fucking water weasel, I will be livid.
If you lose my fucking Gardevoir, I'm gonna kill you. Don't you fucking dare. Voltray should be using fucking Thunder Shock or something right now.
Or Thunderbolt, maybe. I mean, fuck. Sky's Toy wants to learn Bubble Beam. Supersonic is actually pretty good. Screech lowers the defensive stat, but this Pokemon's special attack... Okay, yeah, Screech can go.
I'm pretty sure she'd be okay with that.
Tentacool evolves at level 30. So in 6 more levels, Sky's Toy evolves. I don't...
He gets more tentacles. Giggity.
I go from a normal manga to a hentai!
Who said normal?
I should really heal some of these Pokemon. Oh no, they're all good. Never mind.
I seen a thing on a video where they were talking about pirated sites back in the 2000s, and some kid was like, or some guy was like, yeah, I remember discovering porn for the first time as a kid when I was trying to watch anime. He said, what a life-altering choice that was. He said I went to watch some porn, or went to watch some anime and came back with titties.
I don't know why that made me remember I need to finish watching that time I got reincarnated. Oh, you walked away. Oh, that explains so much. You came back at all the weirdest conversations. Uh-oh.
Jesus, like I'm going back and there is a kid in his fucking swimsuit.
Uh-oh.
Why there is a kid in swimsuit? Grimson, you have a lot to explain right there.
Right, that's the part I need to explain, not us talking about tentacle porn. No, the kid in the swimsuit is what I need to explain.
I love tentacle porn. Thank you. But I don't love, like, kid in swimsuit. I don't like kid, period.
Trust me, I don't either, but I need money, and I need to beat up children to take their money.
Okay.
A goddamn pedo bear.
I'm over here trying to think
I love
about...
I love every time Gardevoir comes out, it looks like she's hitting the dab. Like a 2009 meme. Blasted.
Oh, man.
Gardevoir's too OP.
Did he just say something was tugging on my rod? I hit X way too fast.
Fucking giggity.
Bitch, did you just send out a fucking Magikarp? That better not be level 19 or something. Why do you have a level 28 Magikarp? Let that motherfucker evolve into a Gyarados already.
No, he wants to have his Pikachu. You let him have it. Dash just refuses to let Pikachu go to turn into Raichu, and instead Pikachu gets its ass beat all season.
Yeah, but somehow beats a fucking Leon's Charizard in the Champions Cup.
That makes more sense than when it beat the fucking Onyx.
It beat the Onyx because it activated the sprinkler system in the gym. That's the only reason Onyx got fucking fried. What in the adorable little Petco fish?
Goddamn gym. You know what would happen in the fucking fire gym? Everybody would be dead.
It's funny enough you say that. When I was leaving work yesterday, it's pouring down rain. I looked at my phone and I said, why the fuck are there fire-type Pokemon everywhere? My supervisor looks up and goes, wait, what? I said, it's pouring down rain and there's fire-type Pokemon all around my casino right now. What the fuck is going on?
All the Charmanders trying to die.
No, it was a bunch of Ponyta and Growlithe, which was still funny.
Speaking of that, did you see the alternative fucking fan theory that's popped up now for fucking the Cubone?
Isn't it already confirmed it's a baby Kangaskhan?
No, how it was. Well, it's a new fan theory now that the skull. It's actually a Charmander that's had its flame burned out and it's wearing the skull of a dead Charizard.
That does make sense.
I watched like an in-depth fucking thing on it, and I was like, "Wow, I was like, what the fuck? That actually makes it makes a little bit of sense."
What in the fucking...
What in the fucking necrosis?
Fucking necrosis.
Just, you have to blame Code on that one. That's all I can say. Oh no. What level?
I sent that fucking character in with necrosis fucking everywhere. I was laughing the whole time I was clicking that shit.
Alright, Sky's Toys, it's the first battle. And it's dead.
Let my toy be.
Oh no.
Exterior starting garage check.
Wait, if it's a ground type, my flying should be negated from it? Oh, nope.
I don't know. Didn't you think that with the luxury that almost got one-shotted by the groundfish?
Okay, see, you need to stop applying past information to the new battles.
No, because you use past information to influence your current battles.
Touché. Why the fuck does it keep missing? I'm gonna give it one more shot.
And you're gonna be a gay fish.
Alright, I beat up a hippo.
Very good. Did it give you money?
And he just summoned another fucking hippo.
If it didn't give you money, assault the child.
This is why we're not allowed within 500 feet of schools.
There's a joke to be made there somewhere, but not without involving Chris Hansen. I know people like to call you Chris Hansen. I like to call you Chris Hansen. Now, won't you? We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
Oh, I
Choice is
see.
yours.
You choose the hard way.
Give me that booty.
Does this motherfucker just have 5 hippowdons? Or hippopotas?
Oh, damn, I fucked my finger up yesterday. I didn't even realize that shit. Ow. Or this morning, actually, not yesterday. God damn.
He does. Why is that one higher?
Oh. This morning I was getting dressed, and I guess the way I was moving, one of my nails fucking nailed the inside of my finger, and it was like it felt like a deep scratch, but it didn't hurt, so I didn't think anything about it. And just now I just happened to look at the side of my finger because it was itching, and I got a 2.5 inch long gash in the side of my finger where my nail sliced my finger open.
Yep, that shit fucking hurts.
Jesus fuck. I just cut them bitches today too. Right after that happened.
I'm sorry, am I fighting fucking Gara? Are you using sand coffin on me? What the fuck?
Substitutions, you two bitch.
This motherfucker had 3 hippos. I feel like he was a man after Queen's heart.
Queen's only had 2 hippos. Queen's only had 2 hippos, alright.
Yeah, because they banned him from the aquarium.
Even Queen doesn't have 3 hippos.
Is it house hippos?
Yes.
Romanus Park, a park for new beginnings. Hi. I wonder what we... Oh, for fuck's sake.
He likes them Madam Thickums.
No, he goes into the hospice ward and goes, give me the one that'll last 3 weeks.
So fucked up, but so true.
Really, Crimson? At Walcode and Mayhem proceed to lose their shit laughing.
I mean, to be fair, though, I think he has in his defense is that you really can't help who you fall for. It kind of just happens.
Yeah. But still,
it happens quick and it happens fast and it happens fucking hard, and you don't really have a say in the matter.
I can't say nothing. The second I saw Ashley, I'm like, I want that one.
Sound like a product on a shelf.
I mean, it didn't help that the girlfriend before that was rather large. The girlfriend after that was a redneck, and the girlfriend after that was a Latina.
God damn, even I haven't had a Latina before.
Oh,
Jeez.
dude.
I've been with probably 4 or 5 different races, but Latina is not one of them. I don't think I could handle their attitudes.
So she didn't have that bad of an attitude in high school, but at the time, it's like, I think
It's such a misconception to think they all have the fucking attitude.
No,
that goes
they
with them.
fucking do. I
They
said that
absolutely do.
one did not
Oh,
have an
they're-
attitude.
No. I know a bunch of Latina, but they don't have that fucking attitude.
I will tell you right
Just
now,
not dating.
in 17 years of working around a bunch of Latinas, they all have that fucking attitude.
Yeah, it's because you're not dating them or you're not around them long enough. They all got attitudes.
I date one of them.
And plus, I don't want anybody that can snipe me from fucking 150 yards with a goddamn fucking sandal.
No. Sandal isn't the correct word. If you hear chancla,
chancla?
you fucking run.
Yeah, I know. Le chomp.
If you hear the of the chancla coming off, you better fucking get 9 states over in a bunker and have Godzilla and a Snorlax blocking the doorway.
Motherfuckers could snipe you from across the world. We don't need drone strikes. We just need a
I
bunch of
can do
fucking.
that too.
We just need a bunch of
Without
women
even
with
trying.
fucking shoes that can get fucking 150-foot snipe.
All you hear is
On a moving
bitchy, and then you fucking die.
It's just a fucking explosion.
Tactical nuke incoming! Wait, how the
just a
fuck
fucking
do I get to?
chocolate.
What's the? Floatzel, get the fuck out of
Of all the
here!
races I dated, of all the races I dated, the most unique one I almost got close to adding to that list was Native American, and that didn't work out. So
Did it just poop water at me? That's the animation they gave it. They gave it shitting water out of its butt tails and stars.
well, it's called a starfish, man.
If I would have found a Starmie, I would have named it Chocolate. Just for the fucking jokes.
You know who fought? Speaking of not chocolate starfishes, but fucking speaking of just random dating, fucking. You know, guess who messaged me just randomly this morning on the PlayStation?
Pika.
Yes, and it's weird that out of all the people you nailed one of them. So there was 2 of them. It was Pika and Echo. Fucking, I'm like, it's been like 2 years since we said a word to each other. I'm like, why are you messaging me randomly now, asking me what I'm playing? So what the fuck?
I can't say anything because that's kind of like what it was with Kitten.
Yeah,
What-
she did disappear for a little bit and come back.
What do you think they sensed a disturbance in the group and they're like, wait a minute, we smell a new female. We got to make sure we're still there.
I don't know, maybe. It's maybe. Well, Pika's never really been a part of the group. He's just...
They can try to get rid of me, but I'm gonna get rid of them before.
very briefly.
I'm sorry, I'm just I'm
hope
a
so.
fucking pick me girl. It's not gonna work.
I hope so.
I know what I am.
Well, don't worry. Don't worry. One of them's too far into Canada for me to ever fucking be willing to try that. And the other one,
I
I've
don't
already
care about
tried it. And I
you.
didn't like what I got. Yes, you do.
I'm talking about my place into the group.
Well, that's
I
what
don't
I'm
care if
talking
they
about
talk to you.
too.
I don't fucking care if they talk to anyone.
They've never. Well, Echo's never been a part of the group, and Pika tried once, but I think she's got her own set of friends to play with.
Yeah, they didn't really meld with the rest of us.
No.
We
Her
did
brother's
try
the-
though.
Her brother's the main. Her brother's the main one I play with. And that was back when Destiny wasn't fucking dog shit.
There's got to be a TM
Destiny's
shop.
Destiny's fucking terrible now, so... I mean, it's not terrible, but, I mean, it could be worse. It's just... It's not... It doesn't have longevity anymore. They're letting that shit die.
Here we go. Bulldoze U-turn rest. How do they not have any fucking... Oh, I caught it. There's no electric moves.
I kind of want to see fucking what would happen between fucking, if Echo, Ceres, Abby, and, G were in the same party with us three.
Well, we already know what would happen with G, because it happens every fucking time.
Well, she can't focus when she starts talking to me for whatever reason. She's just...
Yeah, but
that
it's...
girl's fucking locked on to me.
It's still funny, because it'll be like, you bitch motherfucking asshole, hi Crimson. Fuck you, Code, you bichi puto pendeja.
It's so funny, but so true.
I hate repeating it, because I feel like it's the one joke I know by heart, but God, it's funny every time it fucking happens.
She does it every single time she joins the party. So funny.
Alright, now we have Thunder and Thunderbolt.
Good. Thunder will be a good juicer. Was it back at the mall?
Yeah, I had to remember where the fucking mall was.
All of us have, like, collective short-term memory loss, so I'm not surprised.
I think I'll get rid of Thundershock for Thunderbolt. There we go. Now this Luxray can fucking pack a punch.
On some Thunder types.
What's
his dual type? Is it Darkness?
I think he's just pure straight electric type.
Maybe.
Yeah, pure electric.
I thought Luxury was a fucking dual type.
How the fuck is Gardevoir's Pokedex number not known?
That's Luxio or Lucio or whatever I'm thinking of. The one that looks like a Magus. I can't think of its... What was it? Lucio... Lucario, that one.
Lucario is... If Lucario isn't...
It's a fighting type and something else. At least it is in the TCG. I don't know what it is in the game.
Oh, wait. I have a Pokedex app on me. Lucario is fighting and steel.
Yeah, like it's a dual type in the TCG too. I don't think it's steel though.
Ooh, apparently, I get a Riolu, which is the baby form of Lucario, on Iron Island as a gift. Where the fuck is Iron Island? Hey, look, I found Iron Island. It's right there. Whatever Snow Point City is, the fight area, the survival resort. There's the Pokemon League. Okay, so
You've done this.
So steel type. What level is Magmar? Because Magmar Jalapeno is a little too low. What else could I bring into this fight?
Better level that boy up some.
I mean, I could bring Charizard, but that would definitely break the rules of the Nuzlock.
Then why would you suggest that you fuck?
I wonder if... Nope, I can't use Gayfish. It's too high. Sarah might be viable.
AK fish is too strong. His powers
Okay.
are unmatched.
I need to get jalapeno a little bit. What moves does it know? Fire punch and flame wheel. I could
That's
get
good.
rid of scary face, and I can keep confuse ray, because that would definitely be a good move to use. What would be a? Do I have a good fire move?
No.
Oh, I do. I have flamethrower.
Nice. What is the other one, like fire blast or something?
Yeah, fire blast is like the top tier one, but flamethrower is a really good one to have. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to put jalapeno at the front of the group.
Jalapeno.
Held item. Give me that. And then held item, give... Bye, Sky.
Okay. No warning.
Heat rock. Oh. Alright, let's at least see what he can do to the basic trainers in the gym. Alright, let's see what we got. Bitch is starting with a Steelix?
Jesus.
Alright, first hit that bitch with Confuse Ray. That makes sense. I outspeed it with Magmar. And it punched itself in the face. Good job. If I remember right, Flame Wheel... Okay, Flame Wheel doesn't do what I thought it did. Alright, let's see what Flamethrower can do. Fucking smoked it is what it did. I'm 8 levels lower than this gym. Ah! What the fuck?
It shouldn't matter as long as you have the typing advantage and the speed.
I don't think Magmar has high base speed, though. That's going to be an issue.
Better go buy some speed ups.
Why? Why the fuck is he using an Onyx?
Paying homage.
No, that's a problem, because Onyx knows rock-type moves, which would absolutely fucking decimate me.
Get
Alright.
a water type in there. Fuck him up.
He's 5 levels higher than Tentacool, though. That's the problem.
You got Quagsire on you, get Quagsire in there. Quagsire's fucking got a ground, is like resistant to ground type shit. I thought. God damn it, why did he summon Onyx and then it freeze? What the fuck?
Okay, Jalapeno leveled up again.
Why did you freeze, you stupid stream?
fucking Discord update.
Okay, Skaroopy. Come on, jalapeno. Fucking fire punch. How? How did it not Oko that shit?
Kill his bitch ass.
Jalapeno was badly poisoned. With pesticides? What the fuck?
Damn, you punched that dude so hard the screen glitched the fuck out.
Oh, now the motherfuckers are pulling out Steelixes. Okay, and guess what? I got a motherfucking flamethrower. It's called my duck lips.
Because tonight will be the night.
The fucking $4,000, that almost covered the cost of buying those goddamn TMs. Speed, yes. Jalapeno, you definitely need to be faster. Okay.
Jalapeno.
My dude, if you pull out a fucking Onyx again, we're gonna have questions. Gerardo? Gerardo, you and I are gonna have a fucking conversation. How? At least in SmackDown. Uh-oh. Sky's toy grew to level 27. Alright, let's see if Sky's tentacles work.
$27.
I'm gonna use a potion. I want to see what it does. Because if the Onyx uses Rock Throw again, that could be very, very bad, but it will at least let me know what he's gonna keep spamming. Okay, Iron Tail. And I know Water Pulse has a chance to confuse... What the fuck you mean that is faster than my fucking tentacles? Oh, because that lowers my speed. Okay, that makes sense. Never mind, I'm not as mad. Oh!
He is a rock snake.
Fuck you, Gerardo!
Fuck you, Gerardo.
I don't like how close fucking Jalapeno came to getting fucking snuffed.
My man didn't even pay you good.
I'm gonna ignore every joke I want to make right now.
Belt David.
Fucking joke's on you if you ever think I'm gonna be a black belt, alright? You gonna keep just spamming Rock Tomb? Is that what we're gonna do here? Aye.
Joke's on you, Red Boy.
Nope. I was fine until I saw Harshly Fell. And I'm like, nope, that's not gonna happen, because that would OHKO.
Double fist knockout.
Okay, Jalapeno's not too far behind in Lava Plume. The fuck is Lava Plume? The user torches everything around it in an inferno of scarlet. Yep.
Ooh, new Final Fantasy game officially revealed. Jalapeno. Oh, it's a fucking board game. I don't play fucking board games.
Why in the fuck are you using an Azumarill in a steel gym?
That guy had to be different.
Yeah? He different kind of fucking newt.
I'm glad I got to see that twice. Or hear it twice.
What?
About the surprise at the Azumarill.
That was bullshit. Oh, damn, I'm already at the gym. Oh, God.
Boom! Zappy guy.
Okay.
Turn that shit off.
Oh, this is gonna be rough. I'm a couple of levels shorter than what his top is.
That's what she said. God damn it.
You bitch. Damn, they're
Do it,
just
the
setting
bitch
up
boy.
all the fucking ailments.
They're just gonna dumpster on you, pal. It's gonna come for you one way or another.
I knew it was gonna fucking use a hyper potion, you bitch. Please tell me that the fire burn is enough to kill. How?
Oh, he's got the burn status effect. He might be alright. Oh no, he's barely alive. He's gotta have like 1 HP or some shit. You flame spend him for what?
You know what? In all
Okay,
honesty,
guys.
I probably should have done the,
Yeah, you took recoil damage for that.
Uh-oh. Jalapeno's dead.
What the fuck is that? Oh, that's a problem. What just happened? He didn't even hit you on my screen. You just fucking fell over. Not me jalapeno.
Sky's toy is dead. We could try. Well, that didn't do shit. And cop code 579 is dead. Oh, no, he punched himself in the face.
No. Is this gonna be the roadblock Pokemon here? Whatever the fuck this weird ass mask thing is. Copcode's still alive. Also, when did he turn into a fucking owl? When did our cop code become an owl? Wasn't he something before?
He was a Hoot Hoot, which evolves into Noctowl.
I thought it was something entirely different. I thought it was the goddamn Luxray or something. What the fuck is wrong with my brain?
Nope. Alright, cop code's dead.
If it's not my toy, it's fine.
Nope, your toy died.
Oh, what? When? I missed it?
God damn it.
No, it's still there. Oh, god damn it, the stream is on pause. No.
Why is he boosting his physical defense?
Maybe he's scared you're about to fucking blast him. That did fucking nothing. Is that physical or special defense?
Ooh! $60 would only do 81. That would no, so that'd be 71. I'm so fucking confused.
Holy fuck, this guy blasted. Holy shit. Not very effective, but it almost one-shotted him. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think he can use that Rock Tomb anymore.
He might only... Isn't that only a 5 PP move?
Yep, and he used all 5. If I can get Flame Wheel to hit a burn effect on him, I could just chip away at him.
Yeah, I mean, try to set him on fire and then just make sure you keep your heal potions on deck. Thunderbolt, what the fuck?
Control. Is there anyone inside building 400 right now?
Negative, I'm at Summit.
Copy, conducting a swap.
That was done at 3 o'clock. James is out with the charger last I checked.
Okay, I copy. Great. James, you copy?
I could really use Flame Wheel to inflict a burn right now. That would be
Yeah, go ahead.
fucking
What's your
wonderful.
current location, sir? 100, I'm on break. Okay, copy. Great. Kendall, what's your location?
Dude, it had the chance to inflict burn, but it's never gonna fucking do it. What was that?
Kendall, do you copy? Alright. What's your current location, sir? I'm at Bill 200. I thought. Did you not get to break yet? Negative, but I step out. I need to use I need to utilize real quick. If I could have Kindle, since you're at 100 and not, or 200 not on your break, if I could just have you watch like the 400 park garage for me while I step out real quick.
Take on me is dead.
Bro, yeah, I'll be over here for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's fine. Yeah, whenever you're done with your break, I have to, it's kind of an emergency, unfortunately.
God damn, it's hot. Holy fuck, gotta take this jacket off. God damn. Oh.
Holy fuck.
That's what I'm saying. It's hot as fuck. Did you win?
Yeah, I won, but I lost 4 of my 6 Pokemon.
God damn, dude.
Dude, that
That's all right, though. You made
Bastiodon,
it past.
that
You made
fucking
it past.
Bastiodon, dude, as soon as it lowered my special defense on my Ponyta, I tried for one more burn, and it just would not do. Pokemon up to level 70 will obey you without question.
Well, none of your Pokemon are anywhere fucking near 70, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you're fucking telling me.
God damn, you're gonna get inertia fucking going down that fast. Jesus.
The next gym's max level Pokemon is 40.
Well, tell me my Gardevoir survived.
Technicality-wise, yes. Oh,
Fuck
hey.
you mean, I don't like that first word.
Come with me to the library. Code, you fucking nerd. Why are you going to the library?
Because I'm trying to show you these fucking porn mags hidden in the child section.
Hold on. I gotta fucking heal and put Pokemon away and fucking look at my next team.
No, we don't have time for that. Let's go right now. God damn it.
Damn it.
That's sad that you just taught that electric dude all that shit, and now he's cooked.
No. Spoofy Zap is the reason we won.
Oh, he lived. I thought the Ponyta carried. I missed the last half there.
No, okay. So Ponyta did as much as she could. I tried everything to get a burn infliction, and just no fucking dice. You know what, Jalapeno? You fought enough to where I'll let you carry on living. And then fucking Cop Code got fucking annihilated. Sky's Toy didn't stand a chance, but it ate up the rock tombs, so it couldn't spam rock tomb on my Ponyta. Yeah, that Bastiodon is this dude's final evolution. So Chrome Dome could have turned into that.
Oh shit, that sucks.
Okay, so let's get Sarah, I guess. Giggity, you can go up another 10 levels. Kindred, you can come out. Candace is the Ice-type gym user with a Grass Ice, Dark Ice, Fighting Psychic. Fucking Fighting Psychic? Why in an ice gym? The fuck is this? Moonbeam level 14 and Squishy Wings level 37.
Wishy wings. You should have. What did we name the seagull? I don't remember.
Squishy Wings.
Oh, I should have named that thing fucking mine.
What fucking floor of the library are?
All I can think of when I see seagulls is the fucking Finding Nemo movie.
Mine. If you want to live. Hey, Crimson, over this way. What, you fucking nerd? Oh god, now I gotta follow you.
Follow me, you little bitch. I'm gonna take you back here and diddle you.
Okay, Gramps, I brought Crimson like I said. Now I'm out of here. You fucking just recruited me and stuck me in a library? Oh, okay.
That was a bait and switch, bitch.
Oh. You ran away, Code, before you could get a Pokedex.
Shouldn't I have had one of those at the very beginning of the fucking game?
The professor just said you would have had a chance to have one, but you ran out of the lab before he could give it to you.
Jesus fuck, that sounds like me. I'm an impatient bastard, so... That absolutely fucking sounds like me.
And Crimson, that leaves you with Lake Valor. Lake, if memory serves. What the fuck just exploded? Little Timmy, you probably shouldn't be on the 3rd floor of a library during an earthquake. I'm just throwing that out there, buddy boy. A huge explosion at Lake Valor. Did he just scream kaboom?
Kaboom.
Yeah, he did. He screamed kaboom at an old man and 3 kids.
He probably fucking scared the shit out of that old dude. It's like, holy shit, what was that?
Huh, that Code still can't sit still.
You're damn right I can't sit still. It's like the game knows I have ADHD. I was built to be named after that character.
Okay.
I can't sit still to save my fucking life.
Please tell me you named the bird mine. What's your bird's name? Gugaloo? Hey, yeah, let me go to Iron Island. If you're gonna give me the fucking, If you're gonna give me a Riolu, I will end the stream tonight on getting a Riolu, which means I can get a Lucario for the next fight or the next gym.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, did you just fucking punch it? There's nobody here. Can I sleep in the bed?
Post patrols on back on station. Thank you.
Copy.
I swear to God, kid, if you stop me from going past you to get that item up there, I'm gonna fucking stab you in this cave and nobody will ever find your body.
Child murder is a heinous crime, young man.
Oh man, you lowered my physical attack? Oh, that sucks for you that I'm a special attacker, bitch.
What am I saying? You're older than me. That's a heinous crime, you old fossil fuck.
I'll beg your pardon, my only fossil Pokemon died. I hope you can remember that.
You're still alive, so not technically.
Get this fucking skunk the fuck off my screen. I just clicked it and it said it had no effect. And my brain read it 1 second too late.
Well, no, it's the bad skunk that fucking wiped you out on what, run 3?
I think so.
Run 4? It's the bad. Well, this skunk's a lot smaller. This must be the stage 1 version.
Yep.
Yeah, like the other skunk, I think, was stage 2, stage 3. I don't remember, but it fucked you up. And it was in the gym.
I almost wanted to say, to be fair, we're doing a little bit better this time around.
Shut your fucking mouth. Don't say shit.
The fuck is an iron ball?
It's a ball of iron.
Iron Ball, an item held by a Pokemon. It lowers the speed and allows ground-type moves to hit flying-type enemies. Oh, damn!
That's so busted. That's so fucking busted. What the fuck? It doesn't really serve much of a purpose, though, because ground type's not strong against flying. So that would be like a last-ditch effort if that's all you had. Also, thank God none of these wild Pokemon are holding that shit.
I just realized running into a Graveler could be really dangerous because wild Gravelers and Voltorbs are two of the only 3 Pokemon that know self-destruct in this game.
Boom! Self-destruct doesn't always insta-KO, though.
No, it does as much damage based off how much health the Pokemon has. And with Gardevoir leading the pack, not many Pokemon have much. Are these all just gas cans? Am I just running through a giant cave of explosions waiting to happen? Why are you in here? I'm gonna go grab that item. Never mind, I'm gonna get in a fight with another Graveler.
It's funny that the stream is 30 seconds behind because it's like you're predicting the goddamn future. As soon as you trigger a Pokemon encounter, before the Pokemon even pops up on the screen, I know what it is. Makes me feel like I can see the future.
Uh-oh. Okay, No, it has Smackdown and it showed me up Gardevoir's skirt, but my Gardevoir's a man, so I don't think that's very sexy.
Gardevoir is not a man, because if it was a male, it would become Gallade.
That's in later generations. In this version, Gallade isn't an option, and even male Kirklia can turn into Gardevoirs.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird. Gallade's like my top fighting Pokemon in my TCG deck on the Pokemon game I play.
Although the stream hasn't been too bad tonight. We got, what, 2 gyms down? One of them definitely fucking rocked my ass, but...
Giggity.
Look, for lack of better terms, it did what it did.
Uh-huh. Fucking rock them cheeks, boy.
Graveler, I don't like that you're just always here. Why? I've got like 3 fucking apps open on my tablet tracking all this fucking game's information. If you see me look to my... On the camera, it would be my left. I'm going to the tablet to look for moves in evolution. If I'm going to the right on the camera, it's my phone to see what the gym level is.
Fucking necrosis.
I'm gonna have to put a character in there. Just, Sky's gonna come across a character. It's gonna have a bite mark on the left boob, and it's just gonna have necrosis all over its anus.
Yep.
You can't see their booty hole. Their underwear is non-see-throughable, obviously.
Give it time, there will be a mod.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Walking around a cave was $744. You know how many Subway pizzas I could buy with that?
What the fuck? Pizza from Subway, you fucking weirdo.
What, you've never had it?
No, I didn't even know they fucking did it, you goddamn weirdo. Who the fuck does it? It's like going to Burger King for a fucking taco. The fuck?
People go to Jack in the Box for tacos. That fucking hurts my brain.
Like you just hurt our brain with your fucking pizza from Subway.
Why do you sound so tired, Sky? Do you need to go to sleep? Are you okay?
So tired.
It's 3:32.
3:32.
Who the fuck put an elevator in this goddamn cave?
Somebody with a lot of time.
For me, I'm so lazy.
Nope. I don't know who that is, but nope.
Elon Musk is in this cave. He's developing his new Tesla in here.
Man, this would be great if I had a water-type Pokemon in my inventory. I do. Giggity, it's your time to shine there, buddy. You haven't been in a battle in a while.
I thought you were just yelling giggity for no random reason, and then I remembered you named the Pokemon.
Go on, giggity gig.
We should name the worst Pokemon Dory. Like a Bidoof. Bidori.
But
I don't know, Bidoof kind of carried on the first 2 runs.
Yeah, but Dunkadoof, he did good.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck was that?
Me vomiting balls on the enemy?
Don't do that. Jesus Christ, you literally did it. I wasn't expecting that.
Just let me grab the fucking item, game. Hey, Graveler, you want some mud balls in your face? You're gonna use... Oh man, ow, ooh, oh. Don't make me slow. Oh shit. Oh! Giggity, my dude, you can't be doing that!
Ooh.
Really? Iron Tail?
Starting to understand to check.
There's n- Do. You want to fight Giggity?
Giggity.
Worker Willie sent out his Onyx. Good job, Worker Willie. You knew your job. Did an Onyx just move faster than my Quagsire?
Wow. That's depressing.
And did it evaded an attack? Quick, mud balls. And it got killed.
Them balls are dangerous.
I'm trying to think about what Pokemon is good against Ice type, and I know my brain immediately wants to go with Fire type, but guess what? I don't fucking got any.
No, you sure don't. You lost them all. Jesus Christ, this guy's fucking dry. He's like a hooker in the red light district. He's fucking slaying people with nuts left and right. Did he just trap himself in his own whirlwind?
It still hurts my brain that a ground steel type was able to be hit by thunder in the last gym battle, and it's the reason we won. Okay. I just gotta look at this to make sure I'm not fucking seeing shit. Okay. January 25th is when we started this.
Jesus. We're still alive, baby.
Yeah?
We're still alive.
Where's the one I'm
2
looking?
badges left.
Oh, it won't tell me it's fucking typing. Oh, fucking great. Yeah, thanks for that. We don't have a Pachirisu? Oh, we didn't have the... This is where I'd put my Lopunny if I fucking had one. Wait. Quagsire doesn't have a third evolution. No, yeah, no, it doesn't. Okay.
No, it's only a 2-stage.
So
I keep thinking Quagsire turns into fucking Wobbuffet for some reason.
Don't worry, you're not alone. So we are going to end the stream right here. I have no idea who this bitch in the blue is, but he'll be a problem for maybe tomorrow night. I don't know what the plan is tomorrow night. But yeah. We'll fucking end all that bullshittery.
We didn't die this time.
Why? I am so glad we're ending it tonight, because that could have just fucking murdered me. Because I don't know what this fuck... Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, you already saved it. Start it up and see what he's got, and then it just close.
I would. But a fucking Graveler felt the need to get involved. You know, that one square I fucking moved. How did it tank that? I'm in danger.
Is a doctor, isn't it?
Alright. Random mystery blue hair guy, we will see what the fuck you have tomorrow night. Good night, y'all. You
Good night, Ed.